Hi guys, and welcome back to another Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 live stream. In today's live stream we're going to be doing some RyanAir ops. Today's flight is going to be Newcastle to Amsterdam using RyanAir's Boeing 737-800 MAX, or you should say Boeing 38 MAX, you know. But we're not going to get technical. Yeah, I have only started boarding, nothing else, so yeah, just thought I'd speed things up. So yeah, we are using the iFly Max today, so should be fun. So first things first, we're going to go down to the FMC. We're going to get position. We're going to go to the next page. We're going to get the GPS left position. We're going to get set IRS position. Our airport today is Echo Golf November. Echo Golf November Tango. There we go. Finding my letters, and we are at stand 4, though this doesn't always work, so we'll play it at its own game. Oh, it did work. Routing today is, of course, Newcastle for the origin. Flight plan request today. Capital letters. Haven't flown this aircraft in a little while, so I will bear with it. Although, didn't press it properly, clearly. I was wondering if it highlighted for a second there or not. Yeah, so our route uplink is ready, so we'll load that. Let it load our flight plan in. Shouldn't take too long because it's not so long of a route. It's about an hour's flight time today. Activate, execute, and that is the flight plan. So our flight number today is going to be RyanAir UK. RyanAir UK. And we're going to be 6 Hotel Oscar. 6 Hotel Oscar. Cool. So our departing runway today is going to be 25 on the Girl 3 X-ray departure. That'll be our SID. So Girl 3 X-ray departure off runway 25, execute, and we'll double check there's no discontinuities in the flight plan, and there isn't until we hit Amsterdam, of course, because we haven't put our standard terminal arrival route in yet. But we don't need to do that just yet, we can do that en route. But we will be planning to do the LAMS 2 Alpha into runway 27. We'll probably use the ILS for that approach as well. So we're going to get the winds requested in to the plane. So what that's going to do is it's going to bring all of our wind data from SimBrief and automatically uplink them to the iFly Max. Load, let them load, and then we'll execute. We are back on Navigraph today. I know last week we didn't have Navigraph. I was just kind of saving some costs there, but because I of course have the week off, I thought, well, I'm probably going to use it quite a bit, so I'll get it for this month, and I'll probably cancel it next month, because I'll be a little bit busier next month. We'll see. So in terms of next, we could do the performance initialization page. So there's no uplinking in the iFly Max, it's all manual, which I like, you know, it's more realistic. PMDG, you can request it in as so. So we're going to get our data in. So first things first, I think we're going to go into the into the tablet or our electronic flight bag. I suppose, what would you call this? Because it's not really an iPad as such, but you know, who knows. So we're going to go to weight and balance page. Our packs today is going to be 170, so we have basically a full aeroplane minus 8 passengers. So 178 passengers. So our cargo for today, or the baggage in the hold, will be 4,137 kilograms. So we're going to split that up not evenly. We're going to put 1,000 in there, and then 3,137 in the aft. We are going to have fuel on board today will be 4,846 kilograms, which will just equate to that because there's no evening out. Taxi out fuel today, we'll just find our briefing. Taxi out fuel will be taxi will be 191 for our taxi fuel, and our trip fuel will be 2,370. 2370. There we go. Set payload, set fuel, and we're done. complete. And we should have our fuel there correctly inputted. So next thing will be to input those numbers into the FMC. So our cruising wind today will be 206 at 40, 206 at 040 for our cruising wind. Our ISO deviation will be -4 degrees, and our gross weight can be inputted like that, execute, and our reserve fuel today will be FinRes final reserve fuel plus alternate fuel, which will equate to 1,743 kilograms. So we'll put that to 1.8 in there. Actually, no, we'll do 1.7 just so we don't get any errors. And yeah, so that is this page done. N1 limits, we can do that. But now our irises have aligned, we can double check that flight plan over. So we're going to go to plan mode, over to the legs page in the FMC. We'll zoom out a little bit just so we can get a better representation, and we can go step, so just double checking it all lines up correctly. As we know, we've got no discontinuity, so it should all be good, but you never know. There is sometimes, there's the top of descent, so yeah, and then we ends at Lamzo, and then that's where we'll put our star in. So our flight plan is all good, so we can go back to the map page there. That is all good. So next thing will be, so what altitude are we cruising at today? So first things first, since we've finished boarding, we'll go ahead and get the that fuel pump on, and we'll start the APU up. And we'll also get the seatbelt signs on. Cool. So our cruising altitude will be 23,000 feet, which is already automatically into the aircraft. The iFlight automatically books that in for you, which is convenient, but not really realistic. I'm not really too sure why they do that, since they don't allow you to request your performance initialization data. So yeah, interesting to say the least. But PMDG doesn't do this, so I don't know whether it's because they don't want to copy them, but who knows. Either way, it's a great aircraft to fly. So looking at our charts, our landing altitude, which I believe is already automatically booked in there, but we'll double check it as you always should do. So the chart, so we're gonna brief for the ILS 27 via Sugon, I think. Sugon. Runway 27. Amsterdam always has a long taxi, but it's not too bad for the runway 27. It could be worse. So runway elevation, yeah, 0, so that is correct. That's all good, thank you very much. Initial climb would be 8,000 feet though, so we'll do 8,000 for Gurley. Runway heading today for Newcastle's 25 will be 246 degrees, so book that into the course, 246 degrees, 246 degrees, 246 degrees there, 246 degrees on this side as well, 246 degrees, 246, there we go. We'll even input it into here as well, just for cleanness. 246 degrees, there we go. So in terms of our N1 limits, so I think we can activate the APU first. Get the window heats on. And I think we're ready for pushback now, so what we'll do is we will disconnect the ground power unit. System page, electrics, disconnect, set done. GSX, you want to prepare for pushback and departure, please. So while that does that, we'll get the AP bleed on. Awesome. We'll get our transponder on, of course. We're not on any ATC networks today, so we'll just squawk.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Don't know. Should we squawk 2603? Just somewhat random. There's nothing that made me come up to that, but yeah. Okay, so we'll do that. I believe we should be on the 737 profile. Should be alright though.
Departure checks completed.
Yeah.
Bypass pin inserted.
See there, we're getting the bypass pin. KLM there, Jet 2 there, another Jet 2. A few planes at Newcastle today. Well, I say planes, AI, should I say. Not people, but, you know. Should we do some takeoff performance calculations whilst we're waiting? Menu, performance payload, copy FMC data, flap config, we'll do flaps 5 departure, air conditioning on, anti-ice off, calculate. So there's our numbers there, so cell temp of 35 degrees, all there, and we are doing a standard D rate? Yes, we are doing a standard D rate today. That's all good. Takeoff, flaps 5 degrees. Trim will be automatically set by iFly. And what are our V speeds? 138, 140, and 151. That is exactly to the numbers iFly has given us in the FMC. So that is our pre-flight checklist complete. So our next thing will be for the pushback. So we'll just double check. Yeah, so we can face east on April.
Release parking brakes, please.
Reset the parking brakes.
Commencing push.
It's released.
All engines clear. Start at will.
So we can get the fuel pumps on. We've got any in our centre tanks? No. So we can get engine 2 to ground. And we'll get our anti-collision light on. Cool. So we should see a rise on N1 there. N2 is on the rise. I meant N2 there, not N1 by the way. Motoring there, so once motoring's gone away we can introduce fuel. Cool. No cabin crew today, which is sad. Although, we could do cabin announcements. Cabin? What's it called? Got it installed. Cabin announcements, it's called announcements. What if I said airline announcements? We could do an announcement. If it would load it. Oh, there we go. Cool. So we want RyanAir. English.
Welcome on board this RyanAir flight. May we have your attention while we point out some of the safety features on this Boeing 737-800 aircraft. Please remove headphones during this demonstration. There are 8 emergency exits, each marked with a red exit sign. Floor path markings along the cabin aisle will illuminate in darkness and guide you to the nearest exit in an emergency. There are 4 main doors, 2 at the front of the cabin, 1 left and 1 right, and 2 at the rear of the cabin, 1 left and 1 right.
Please set parking brakes.
There are 4 overwing exits in the center of the cabin, 2 left and 2 right. Please note the nearest exit to you, which may be behind you. To fasten your seatbelt, insert the metal end into the buckle. To secure, pull on the loose end of the strap, and to open, lift the buckle cover. In the event of a sudden loss of cabin pressure, individual oxygen masks will drop automatically from the panel above your head. If this happens, remain seated. Pull down firmly on the mask to start the flow of oxygen. Place the mask over your nose and mouth and breathe normally. Don't worry if the bag does not inflate. Oxygen is flowing. To secure the mask, pull one end of the strap. Adults traveling with young children, please attend to your own mask first. Your life jacket is stowed in a pocket beneath your seat or in the panel above your head. In the unlikely event of landing in water, remove the jacket from its packet and place it over your head. Bring the strap around your waist, clip at the front, and secure as the crew are
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
Pull down Turn sharply on the red toggle. There is a mouse
Left is
for
clear,
either
right is clear.
inflation or deflation, and a light to attract attention. Do not inflate your life jacket inside the cabin, as to do so will impede your exit. Further information may be found on the safety card, which is displayed within the area you are seated. Your captain invites you to read this card carefully before departure. Please now ensure that your seatbelt is securely fastened, tray table is in the upright and locked position, armrests down and window blinds open. We recommend for your comfort and safety that you keep your seatbelt fastened throughout the flight. There is a call bell, reading light and fresh air vent in the panel above your head. Portable electronic devices such as tablets and mobile phones in flight mode may be used throughout the flight. Please select flight mode now. Laptops must be stowed in cabin baggage under the seat in front of you or in the overhead locker for taxi, takeoff and landing. We would like to remind you that smoking is not permitted. Thank you for your attention. Please sit back, relax, and enjoy your flight.
Cool, so that was the announcement. So next thing is to start engine 1. Go engine 1 to ground. Start valve open. N2 is on the rise. So whilst that was going, I did do some things. I went to the takeoff page again, and I went to the next page, and I put the acceleration height for the go around as 1000, because 1500 is not standard procedure. So yeah, so I've done 1000 because that is more accurate. Cool. So we can get the flaps. No, we can't actually. We'll wait for the engine start before we do that. Motoring has gone away, so we can introduce fuel into engine 1 now. We'll get a nice view of the engine starting up. Lovely Chewy and British Airways signs are in there. Not too distant space. Now taxi today. Get back to Newcastle. Yeah, so what we'll do is we'll probably go Alpha, Delta, and then Delta 1 to runway 25 for the taxi. It's not too big of an airport, Newcastle, quite a small one actually. Alright, so we can get our logos on, get our taxi light on, get the power mode to engines, take the APU bleed off, take the APU off, get hydraulics on, window heats on, yaw damper on. I meant probe heats there, we already did the window heats. And we can get packs on, packs left, packs right, and we'll get that isolation valve to open. Cool. Just gonna double check. All good. Engines to continuous. Wheel well lock light on. Cool. So that should be us. Auto brakes to RTO. Rejection takeoff. Barometric pressure set 1007. Checked. Flight directors are on. LNAV and VNAV are engaged. Cool. So we can get the flaps up now. So let's go ahead and get flaps 5 degrees. It's 5 degrees there. Back to the cockpit, and we can get our taxi on the go now. Right, so parking brake off. Not going to roll on our own, so I'm going to give it a bit of power to assist it. There we go, we're now rolling. We'll just make a slight right turn onto the taxiway Alpha. Couldn't be further from the line, like. And that is a big wind, so we've got a windy takeoff, or departure I should say. So that's going to be fun. Ooh, bloody hell. This is a weird taxiway. A weird ass taxiway. Anyways. Delta is to our right, as you can see from the sign there. There's a driver there. Ignore him. Those two Jet 2s are still at the gate. Cool. Got a RyanAir over there and another Jet 2 there, which are static by the way. They will not move. Didn't do a flight control check. Probably do them. We'll be taxiing a straight line now. So should be all good. Didn't get our cabin utilities on. Forgot the Max has that, as the NG doesn't have that. At least the PMGG doesn't. There is the fire station for Newcastle Airport. Heading past Delta 6. Countryside for miles. Anyways, full left, then full right, full left. Don't do this on the move. Full down, full up, neutral. There we go. Flight controls are checked. Rudder's definitely working. There we go. Just letting us know. And that wind is quite big, though it is sort of coming into us, so it might not be so significant. We're just slowing it down now. We get our landing lights on, runway turn off lights on, wing lights on, strobes on, and that's all the lights, yeah.
Approaching 25.
So this is the runway. So let's enter the runway.
Approaching 25.
Thank you very much. No aircrafts coming in on final, so happy days. There's our wind, basically coming beyond us. So we're going to be tackled by the wind coming out. It's all going to be blowing into us. So yeah, it's not going to give us a push up, but it will stop us from. Well, it just might slow us down a little. Anyways, auto throttle on. Chrono will automatically start. So 50% or 40% even. And Toga. Keep an eye on it. We're probably going to be tackled by wind coming up, so don't expect a smooth rotation. Rotate. Bit of wind there. Positive rate. Gear up. Little windy, but I think we handled that alright. Here we are. Just climbing up off the clouds. Flaps 1. Flaps up. Transponder Tara. Pitch down. Yeah, I mean, using a flight stick to fly, it's not great. What's wrong? Oh. Well, it wouldn't help that VNav got disengaged, but, you know. Live on. Yeah, chrono definitely started. Once you pass 2,000 feet, feel free to get the commander or the autopilot on. See, this Newcastle is quite a an interesting airport. It's quite a windy one, so it's quite hard to maintain a good climb whilst keeping your speed at the restriction of 250 knots. Auto brake can come off. Flaps are of course up. Got transponder to TRRA. Cabin crew can be released. Cool. Yeah. They're being tracked on Volanta. There's our aircraft. Climb up to 230 after Gurley. Lots of wind turbines down there. Cool. So yeah, there we go. So I'll get 230 into there. And, altitude intervene. 230 for VNAV to climb. It'll climb at a ridiculously steep rate, and then it'll pitch down to level off. There we go. Engine start switches to off. Landing gear is cross up, autobrakes off, flaps up, no lights, altimeters are set to standard, landing lights can come off, and when we turn off the wing, the taxi lights, wing lights can come off, and yeah. Awesome. And by the way, I've been posting a few shorts lately on landings and the odd departure here and there. I do hope those are entertaining. I do seem to get quite a bit of engagement from them. Seem to do pretty well. I mean, do a lot better than streams and videos, but to be honest with you, with the not great content I put out, it's like, yeah, I understand why you wouldn't want to watch it for very long. Streams especially, because there's just not a lot to say. I mean, I'm just kind of flying a plane here. What more do you want me to do? Yeah, I suppose it's more of a relaxing thing to watch the stream. But there's just so much better streamers out there that why would you watch like a small time person who doesn't really stream an awful lot? You know, it's just, yeah. You might call me mad, but yeah. Got a nice RyanAir cabin though. Cool. A350 is meant to be released on Monday. £60 excluding VAT, I think, or tax. I will be getting it, but whether I'll be getting it on release, I don't know. It depends how the servers play out and what the mood is on that day. Because believe you me, those servers are going to be absolutely drenched. So I'm not too sure if Microsoft Flight Simulator is going to be any good, because of course people are going to be going and logging onto it. So I'm not entirely sure how it's going to work out, but yeah. Rather A, InnyBuild servers will go down the toilet, or B, the Microsoft Flight Simulator servers will go down the toilet, if not both. And probably both if one does go down. But anyways. I suppose you can't do a ground service in the air, can you? Cool. Then we can release the passengers now. At a stable altitude. Awesome. Why does the iFly Mac keep shutting the blinds? You go from one camera view to another, it's absolutely fine, then one time you go on here, it closes. It's like, what? It's why it's not fully closed, it's half closed. It's like, I didn't close it, so who knows. Anyways, there we are. Top of climb is just there, just past the Oboxer fix. Flying over the United Kingdom. I'm not entirely sure why it routes us. It like routes us like all across the UK. Like it brings us like, don't know. We don't quite get to Manchester, but we fly over Leeds Bradford in a moment. Might be able to see Leeds Bradford Airport down below. But yeah, we fly over Leeds Bradford and we sort of head out to nowhere's a significant place, I could say. Yeah, we sort of, well, I suppose it doesn't make complete no sense, but you know, yeah, it's an interesting flight plan to say the least. Anyways, we'll plan for the arrival now, just so we don't forget. So, EHAM, we're planning the Lambda 2 Alpha arrival into ILS 27. ILS 27 via Sugal. Execute, legs, double check that adds up. Rimto, Bathill, Upton, Eduxo, Lamix, Rogag, Ambael, Tolas, Dibble, Bukut, Lamso, Etpos, Sugal, SPL, yeah, that's fine. Cool. Put a fix at EHAM of runway 27, so Romeo Whiskey 27/5/10/25 for our fixed rings, 5 miles, 10 miles and 25 miles. Just double check that is shown. Please zoom right out. Yeah, fixed rings are there, so that is good. That's the plan. That should be alright. This moment in time, we're just going to brief the arrival, I suppose. So we're going to be going in flight level 230 at Lamso for the start, and then we're going to be going at flight level 70, no higher than 10,000 feet at Sugal. At a maximum of 250 knots of speed. And for the ILS, we're going to be intercepting at 2,000 feet at Tidvo, and we're also going to be having a course of 266 degrees and a frequency of 111.55. Minimums today will be 188 for Category C aircraft, and airport elevations of course 0. Transition altitude is 2,000 feet, and the go-around is climbing on the track of 266 degrees to 3,000 feet in 4-min ATC immediately, which we don't have, and we're going at a maximum of 220 knots for the go-around today. So that is all briefed and good to go. Yeah. So we're just waiting on a top descent, which isn't for a good bit of time now, so I think I'll leave you with some music so you don't get bored. You probably get bored anyway, but reduces the chances, I suppose, even though I've got 0 viewers watching. It's quite funny actually that I'm not actually talking, even though no one's actually listening. But hey, you grow slowly, how it works. Cool.
covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe.
Okay, so welcome back to Flight Deck. Not too far from top of descent, but also not really too close to it. However, we are near it, so it's time to kind of get ready. So, the arrival, of course, initially we're going to be descending to 70 initially. 7,000 should be flight level 70. Runway course for the ILS will be 266 as briefed earlier. 266, 266, nice easy change from Newcastle's 25. 266, thank you. What's this set? Minimums will be 188 on the Barrow. So get that to 188. Thank you so much. 188 QNH, which we can pre-tune in the 737s, will be, I'll have to have a look on Navigraph, open, airport, weather, METAR, 1013 in hectopascals. It's all good. Copy the FMC data. Winds will be 210 at 11 for Amsterdam. Temperature will be 11 degrees, not too cold. And of course QNH will be 1013 in hectopascals. Flaps will be 30, or at least we'll brief 30, air condition will be 1, anti-ice off, brakes, we'll try auto brakes at 1, see how that gets us. So that will make us use 2,970 meters of runway, and what is the available runway length to 3,453 meters. So auto brakes 1 will do, but I think auto brakes 2 will be a bit safer. So we'll do auto brakes 2 today. Got auto brakes 2 set in there. Cool. So we shouldn't have to do anything really anymore. We could do our VREF, I suppose. Init ref, doing flaps 30, so that'll be a final approach speed of 143 knots of airspeed. Cool, so 111.55 for the ILS, 111.55, pre-tune them, make sure it's in ILS mode, 55, there we go, pre-tune them, that's all good. Cool. Just let the cabin know. Right, this is the captain speaking. Currently cruising, however we will be turning on the seatbelt signs very soon for our descent in around about 5-10 minutes. So if you need the toilets break, go now, because we will be shutting the toilets as we descend in about 5 or 10 minutes, as I just said. So I do hope that you have enjoyed the flight with us today, and we do hope to see you on board again soon, and we hope you enjoy your holiday or your return flight heading home to Amsterdam. And yeah, so we really truly hope you have a good day and a good rest of your day. And yeah, that has been the captain. I won't be saying much anymore, we're going to be getting quite busy in the flight deck, so yeah, I'll leave you in the hands of our lovely cabin crew. And yeah, thank you for being patient with us today. Alright, I'll let you to relax now for our descent, and yeah, see you later. back to VHF1. There we go. That is the cabin briefed for our arrival. Just another thing to note is the weather down in Amsterdam will be 11 degrees, so nothing better than the UK. But you know, it's not too warm, not too cold either. Well, well, well. Yeah. Welcome into stream, Harrison and Nebula. Get that back onto VHF1. Descent is initiating now. VNAV should descend us, though we will intervene if it struggles or anything. Currently on profile, but we'll monitor that as we head down. See our fixed rings on the first officer's PFD screen. 25 miles, 10 miles and 5 miles, and that'll be for runway 27. Transition altitude was 3,000 feet for the barometric pressure to the local QNH. So, descent checklist, pressurization set, landing altitude is set, anti-ice as required, fuel is good as briefed, altitude, speed bugs are all good. VNAV is controlling the speed, and our altitude will be 7,000. For the Seagate fix, which is just there, and then we'll be going down to 2,000 feet per TIDVO for the ILS into runway 27. Cool, so we'll get the passengers' seatbelt signs on, we'll advise cabin. Next thing will be 10,000 feet, where we'll continue our flows. See what's going on outside. Not much by the looks of it. Big thick layer of cloud today down in Amsterdam, but it's not exactly a warm climate, so yeah. To be expected. improvement for iFly is they should implement time acceleration. The PMDG and the Phoenix both have them. Ooh, there's a RyanAir, a fellow RyanAir down there. It doesn't half look like a toy plane. They're quite a bit lower than us. It's not coming up on our TCAS. So clearly they are well out of our reach. Descending nicely. Cool. Where are they? They're right there.
Adjust vertical speed. Adjust. Traffic.
Disregard. They are climbing above us, so no interference. So we're only just going to meet the restriction at Sugal. So we're very much on the edge of our profile for descent, which is fine. I think I'll get 2,000 feet booked in now for the ILS though. 2,000 set. Anyway, through 10,000 feet, landing lights can come on, runway turn-off lights can come on, taxi lights can come on, engines to continuous, wing lights can come on, cabin crew can be advised. Cabin crew seats for arrival. And that's cabin crew, fully advised now. Next thing is descending further. We're coming close to that 25-mile fixed ring. I'm going to tune the ILS frequency now. Probably won't pick up until a little later on, but it's always good to be prepared. Yeah, just coming in at 25 miles, so it should start to establish connection with the Amsterdam frequency. Yeah, it says DME 28 miles, so that sounds about right considering our 25-mile fixed ring is right there. We do have an aircraft 2,100 feet below us, so that is something to be aware of. Cool. So yes, we're using FMC speed right now. It's getting our speed down nicely, so I'm not going to interfere with it. The VNav can control our speed, at least for the time being. Final approach speed will be 143 knots, and we're using flaps 30 for the arrival. Auto brakes 2 is set and checked. ILS frequency is tuned. Engines are going continuous, all our lights are on, ready for arrival. Landing altitude is set 0 feet above the sea for Amsterdam. Yeah, and that's everything we need as of now. Fuel is good, we have 2,300 kilograms on board right now. That is more than enough for us to land at this point. So our next fix is Sierra Papa Lima in about 20 miles. Slowly descending, which is on profile, so there's no worries there. An aircraft 1,500 feet below us now, so it looks like they may be climbing, but at a weirdly slow rate. I don't know if we can see them through the clouds, so we're going to have to be extra careful with them. Though you may find on arrival we may just turn the traffic off because it can get a bit annoying. through the thick layer of cloud. Cool. Right. Let's go direct to Alpha Mike 261. Execute. Give ourselves a little bit of a shortcut into the ILS. Cool. Now above profile, so we need to descend a bit more, so I'm going to use vertical speed, VNAV can be disengaged, and we're going to go at 1200 foot per minute descent rate. Actually no, 1000 foot per minute will probably do, or even 950 foot per minute. I'll do 900, closest we'll get. 240 knots is fine for now. We will get flaps of 1 out, just to keep our speed low, and so it doesn't go exceed 250 knots. See, our profile is slowly starting to come down now, as we get a 900 foot per minute descent rate. Manual control of the descent rate now, VNAV, is no longer applicable, seeing as it was not meeting the requirements that we need. There is our 10-mile fixed ring, so I'm going to get the speed down to 220 knots now. Hopefully the plane will be able to manage that. We aren't at too steep of a descent rate, so we should hopefully manage that speed decrease. Yep. Cool. I am just going to increase that rate of descent, however, to 1200 foot per minute now. And I'm going to assist that speed with a bit of ground spoiler. I do believe that Amsterdam is quite hard to come into if you're not being controlled by a traffic control. It's just a very long descent, really. Yeah, we'll get 1500 foot per minute on now. We do have spoilers to help us with that speed, so we should be all good. We're still not at a crazy descent rate either. It does look like we may have aircraft coming in with us, so whether we'll have to turn the FSLTL traffic off, I do not know. But we're fine as of now, so we'll leave it on for now. Do need a bit of a steeper descent right now, so I'm going to get 2000 foot per minute and 210 knots. Flaps 2. Make sure that spoiler's fully out. Ooh, a bit of rain, so it looks like it may be raining down there in Amsterdam. Heading through a thick layer of black clouds, so it wouldn't surprise. Yeah, we are kind of getting crazy on that speed now. Barometric pressure set, local QNH 1013 hectopascals. We really need to get that speed down because we have not got much flaps out and we need more flaps. VNAV. I want to get flaps 5 degrees and get those flaps right down now. So VNAV, help us and get our speed down. A flap retraction, please. That's 5 degrees.
2500.
Cool. That's 10 degrees. Arm localizer. That's 15 degrees. That's 25 degrees. And flaps 30. Now, we'll keep it at 25 for now, because we'll just get the aircraft moaning at us. Nice and low. Yeah, I'm sorry, but that profile marker is incorrect, so I'm not sure if that's an iFly thing, an Navigraph thing, but that was bringing us in a bit steep, I think, because we are more than low enough. So yeah, something was definitely not right, but we're all good. We haven't lost stability, so I'm not going to point fingers, but it's something to be aware of, I think. Get a bit of lighting up though now. And, we'll get 160 knots in there using speed intervene. There's Tidvo for 2000. On the approach mode. Ooh, we do not need the spoiler up. She said it's in the cockpit as well. There we are, coming in. Should get localizer establishing any moment. Localizer established. VOR loc. Nine miles out. We'll maintain 160 till 4 DME. Glide slope is slowly coming alive. Cool. Get a nice screenshot there. Awesome. Not much to see coming in, but live with it. Flaps 30 degrees, gear down. The rain is going to fall on us, we'll probably need some wiper. Glide slope is engaged. We are now on the ILS for 27. Okay, so 4 DME is coming up soon. Our final approach speed was 143 knots. So we get that bugged in past 4 DME. Still at about 5.7, so got a bit to go before we reach that. Just double checking down there. There's our aircraft. Just gonna get replay on so we can watch the replay once we're done. Click record, and let's do this. Let's land the plane. So I can't see the runway yet, so can't disengage the autopilot. So we're passing 4 DME, so I'm just going to have final approach speed of 143 plus 5 should be 148 knots of speed. I do wonder where this runway is, because we have a lot of rain coming in on us. I do feel that we'll be able to see it soon though. God though, this is a very wet and grim arrival into Amsterdam. 1,000 feet checked on profile. Can we see that runway soon? Are you ready?
Approaching 27.
Approaching 27. Got the conditions. Can we even see anything out the wing? Yeah, we can't see, just trees. There's the runway. See runway, see runway. 300.
Approaching minimum.
We can see the runway, so minimums disregard. Autopilot off.
Minimum. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
RyanAir style, 200 foot per minute. I'll take it. RyanAir style. RyanAir style. Fucking hell though. Fucking hell. Rudder. Work. Wouldn't want that going on in real life, would you? But your rudder wasn't working. Well, I'm telling you, that was the worst landing I've ever done. But you know. Is this even like an exit point? The hell is this? What is these conditions? The hell? Well, anyway, speed brake up, water brakes off, APU start. Well, we landed it nevertheless. It was RyanAir style for sure though, let's be real. RyanAir style for sure. That was, yeah. Should have used an auto land there. Not gonna lie. Anyways, where the hell are these gates? I'll stop the replay recording so that we can watch that back. Where should we park? I'm not gonna bother about realism here. I can't even see. What are these conditions? The hell? I'm sorry, but we need a bit more wiper. Landing lights off. Runway turn-offs off. Wing lights off. I'm just going to go to the nearest stand I can because this is horrible. Seagate's. Let's get the flaps up. Should have done that just a bit earlier, but it's all good. Yeah. Wireless can be untuned. Cool. GSX. I don't know. What the hell is the line? One hour of flight time though. Fox, is it Fox? I'm gonna go for echoes, I think. Might be easier if I look outside. Yeah, we're going one of them gates. So that'll be the echoes. GSX. Echoes. Oh. Echoes, please. Echoes. Echo 5. That'll do. No. Swiss port will do. Could have gone Menzies like, but I believe it's the second to last gate. Which one is it? That's Echo 7. Is that Echo 5? Looks to me like this is the gate, because Echo 3 is the end one. And that's Echo 7. Oh yeah, that's Echo 5. So, where is the turning point? Yeah, you literally can't see a thing. It's far too rainy. But God, it looks hyper realistic. Gotta admit. What the hell are these graphics? And there's like literally no degrade in performance either. It's crazy. Well, here we are. I don't think we're going to be able to see that thing very well. But we can try. Slow it down a little. God, it took us ages to get to this. It's not even that far from the bloody thing. We're going to get more power. Need to move forward a little. Go on. Keep going. Keep going. 0.3. 0.2. Just a little more power. Yeah, we'll stop it there. Cool. APU engage. APU bleed on. Engine mode selectors to off. Engines can come off. Taxi lights can come off. Anti-collision lights can come off. Wheel well lock lights off. Logo lights off. Position strobes off. Fuel pumps can come off, minus that one there. Your damper can come off. Hydraulics can come off. Window heats can come off. Probe heats can come off. Passengers released. We'll get deboarding on the go. And we'll get rid of those wipers because we won't need them now. There's the deboarding. We'll commence. the TCAS off. Now connect ground power now to save on the old fuel. Shocks can come on as well. Ground power on. APU bleed off. APU off. Fuel pump off. Packs off. Should have done those earlier. Cool. Isolation valve can be closed. Cool. Welcome to Amsterdam. Where the weather is grim, let's be real. Yeah, we literally, on landing though, the rudder literally wasn't working. Like, I was pressing the rudder and it wasn't doing anything. So that landing was a bit scuffed because of that. It also was scuffed because we had a RyanAir bounce. But then it's RyanAir, what do you expect? I mean, I suppose that was good because it was RyanAir. I suppose you can't really say it was bad because it's RyanAir. You know? It ain't meant to have good landings. Apparently, so... yeah. Yeah, that's our aircraft. Very grim. Weather in Amsterdam definitely needs a perk up. Cool. What we'll do now though is get that replay going. So system page, or is it item page? No, system page. We want the next page, panel style. No, how do you do it in this plane, or can you not do it? Grounds, pushback, panel style, failures. Oh, we have cameras in this plane, I forgot. Yeah, I think we're going to have to manually do it. So, seeing as we don't need GSX anymore, we can restart the Qtile script. Get rid of that jetway if possible. That's how we can close the doors. Well, actually, no, we can get the fuel pumps on. Get that APU started up again. And we can get prepped for the replay. So we're basically just going to restart the plane up from scratch. Just wait for that. Cool. Just wait for the APU available button to show. If you on, if you bleed on, hydraulics, come on. Probe heat's on, window heat's on. Cool. Your damper on, if possible. Engine 2 to ground. Probably won't work if ground power's on actually. System page. Nope. Yeah, system page, ground support. Disconnect the electric. Oh, could be because we have doors open. That won't help. That will not help. Doors. Close. Doors. Next page. Close, close. For them to close. And we'll see what we can do from here. E2 to ground. Those chocks are still on. System page. Ground support. Chocks off. Engine 2 to ground. Jetway is also connected. That could be the issue as well. And how do we get rid of that jetway? Ground services. No. Disconnect the jetway. Cool. Now engine 2 to ground. Oh, there we go. Bloody isolation valve. Well, that's engines starting slowly. We'll have to wait for motoring to go away to introduce the fuel. takes a lot longer for motoring to disappear in a turnaround state. My first time using the G's or the G's landing rate monitor though worked nicely. It just showed us what we landed at, and it was done. Apparently it was 200 foot per minute. Fun. I mean, it's RyanAir. What can you really expect? Took us an hour of flight time, 364 nautical miles, an hour of 20 on the block time. Fuel burn was 3031 kilograms. Landing speed 134 knots, not too bad. Landing G-force 1.12. Average, I suppose. And yeah, of course. Yeah. In our RyanAir Max, and motoring's gone, so we can introduce fuel. I'm not sure if iFly does have a panel state thing, but if they do, I don't know about it. So I do apologise for me taking the long way round to start the plane back up for the replay. But I'm not sure how you do it in the iFly, if you can. Waiting for the engine start selector on N2 to go off, which it just has, to get engine 1 to ground. And then we'll wait for motoring to go away on that engine. And then we'll start the engine up. It's very grim though. I'd rather be back in the UK at this point. Yeah. There's motoring. Just wait for that to go away. Then we'll advance. Come on, motoring. Do your thing. Should go away in a minute. There we go. Introduce fuel into engine 1. There's an Etihad cargo coming in behind us. Not too sure why he's coming round here though. Then again, we are RyanAir in not the RyanAir gates, so can't really say much. There's a moving vehicle there. Nice. 777 there. Etihad colours. Engine mode selectors to continuous. Engines can be source of power. GPU bleed off. Packs on. Isolation valve open. APU off. Runway turn offs. Taxi Landing lights on, logo lights, strobe lights, anti-collision light, wing lights, wheel well lock lights on, seatbelts on. Cool. Cool. Your damper on. Oh, that's my wing lights. Thought it was lighting in there, but you know, it's just the wing lights. That we should be all configured for the replay now. We just need to get flaps up and flaps down, and then we can get going with the replay. There we go. Didn't have to take ages, but let's go replay. There's the gear. So we'll just watch the replay of the landing. Man, I do love the Max. It's the best 737 in my opinion. Even though it's the one that literally has the most issues. But I think we need to speed this up. There we go. Resume. I believe we did have a bounce, so expect a bounce. Just watch. We're completely fine for touching down, but it's just the fact that we might have had a bounce. Yeah, we definitely had a bounce there. And of course the rudder didn't decide to work, which is why we drifted off over there. Nothing we could have done about that though. God, the rain. It really is coming down in Amsterdam. Live weather, by the way. Yeah, that should be all. So I'm going to leave you with some more replay. I'm going to go through different views and with the music on. Hopefully everyone has enjoyed this stream, who's tuned in, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys. Let's get that replay going.
Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. The haunting soundtrack of our kind. Red eyes, don't you